Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Another lunchtime with Joe. I'm at work on my dinner break, and I have this is almost Roman decadence. Look, cheese, apple, and grapes. I want a little mini tin of Coke. Anyway, I'm living the high life. I'm living the dream. Right. I wanted to talk a bit about the upcoming fight between Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor. Because normally when you do a review, and I suppose this is a sort of review video or half one, you normally weigh things up and you think, and you say, okay, this fighter can win this way, this fighter needs to adopt these tactics, these are his or her strengths, so on and so on. And then you go to the other fighter and do the same thing. So you do an assessment and try to give a balanced view, but I find this really difficult with this fight for the simple reason that I think Taylor is so much better than Catterall in every department. Even when you come to things like obviously experience, you know, Josh Taylor, 18 fights, he's won all 4 major belts, he's beaten a string. I think I worked it out, his last 4 or 5 opponents, his last five opponents have a combined record of 107 wins and no defeats. And they're world level fighters. Catterall, his best win might be what, Tyrone Nutt? Catterall is completely untested. And also there's something about Catterall's career that I think is very negative, which is that, you know how they talk about fast tracking fighters? So after 10 fights they're fighting for titles. You could say that Josh Taylor experienced that. He fought Dave Ryan, I think it was. And Dave Ryan was a tough bastard, and Josh stopped him, I think, in 5 rounds and won the Commonwealth title. That was in his 10th fight. Then he was fast-tracked to world level. With Catterall, it's the other way round. He's stagnated. He hasn't been pushed fast or far enough. And he's been manoeuvred quite cleverly into this title fight. Undisputed super lightweight title. But is he ready for it? Does he have the experience? No. Not at all. He hasn't really earned that mandatory position. And that can be said of a lot of modern fighters. So, I'm not really going to go into who's the more skillful. Because I think in almost every department, Taylor is more skillful. Better, harder jab, better punch selection, more spiteful, probably more confident, more footwork's better, faster, positions himself far better, controls the range better. All those things that go to make up a great fighter. And he may well be a Hall of Fame fighter, Taylor. He only had 18 fights, amazing. But I just don't see Catterall being superior in any department. Now, if you're in that position and you kind of know in your heart of hearts that the other guy's better, so much better than you, one option may be to try and unnerve him, unsettle him or her, get them off their game plan, play to their emotions, mess around with them psychologically. And they had that, is it called The Gloves Are Off or Beyond the Ropes or some shit like that, the one with Johnny Nelson, and the 2 fighters sit with him and chat. Well, they did that, was it yesterday or the day before? Yesterday, Monday, I think. And the one thing that struck, well, 2 things that struck me. First of all, Catterall didn't come across as confident. He came across, if anything, as being a little bit intimidated. He was asked questions by both Johnny and Josh, and he didn't really know how to convincingly reply. So, for example, Josh said to him, "What's your best win?" And he went, "Well, I won the British title." Yeah, but what's your best win? Who have you fought? What Josh was going to say was, "You fought no one, I fought everyone," which is true. Now, there was another incident where Josh Well, Catterall said something about an injury to Josh, and Josh got quite irate about that. And he was like, called him a clown, and you could see in his eyes he was really pissed off about it. Catterall needed to get inside Taylor's head. Catterall needed to jump on it and say, being a bit bitchy, aren't you, Josh? What's the matter, mate? You know, have I touched a nerve? You know, wind him up a bit. Instead, he just sat there and looked at him. No. To get any kind of psychological edge, which my God, Catterall needs, because he certainly hasn't got a physical or technical or talent edge, to get that psychological edge, you've got to get inside someone's head. And Taylor does have a temper. And if you can keep prodding him and poking him mentally and get into his emotions and making him be a little bit overeager, be a little bit pissed off, lessen the chance of him controlling those emotions, then at least you have that advantage. And I think the opportunity was there during that gloves are off thing for Catterall to do that, but I don't think he did do it. So, unless we have another George Kambosos, Teofimo Lopez situation, where the rank underdog, the vast outsider, suddenly becomes a revelation and shows skills at levels they previously hadn't shown before. Unless we're going to get that, I see this being a very, I never like the word easy, but a very straightforward night's work for Josh Taylor. I would pick him to stop Catterall. Catterall will probably go a few rounds on sheer, guts and determination and pride, but maybe between the 6th and the 8th, I think Josh stops him. I know hindsight's a luxury. Hindsight has 20/20 vision and all that. When you look back at Kambosos and Teofimo Lopez, Lopez was clearly taking him lightly, and Kambosos wasn't faking it. He was very, very confident, very, very determined, very, very focused. I mean, it was an absolute revelation the way he fought. Brilliant, brilliant performance against a guy who was unprepared mentally, wasn't in the right place, was fighting a lot on emotion. Remember that first round when he came out swinging and ended up getting floored, Lopez? I see some anger in Taylor, and I see a weakness in that he can be wound up and pulled away maybe from his game plan, so that he's fighting on emotion, which is a gut instinct, rather than logic, reason, a calm head. But I don't think Catterall has exploited that. Not from the evidence of the gloves are off, beyond the ropes, whatever it's called. So yeah, I go for, a middle rounds win for Taylor. I don't see Catterall winning many rounds. If Josh takes one off, he might win one, but unless another revelation happens and Catterall suddenly does this incredible thing that we've never seen him do before. But he did not look confident when I watched him yesterday. He did not look confident at all. Anyway, give me your views on this fight. You looking forward to it? Who is it? Sky? Yeah, Sky are promoting it. Yeah, Sky are televising it. Another stream job for me. Leave your comments below. Hope you're having a nice day. Thank you as always for your time. I always appreciate when you watch these videos. I'll speak to you soon. I'm going to finish my lunch now. Take care of yourselves, and don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you have, thank you very much. We're growing gradually, slowly but steadily. Hit the subscribe button. It only takes a second. Hit the like button. Another second. Always appreciate it. Anyway, thanks a lot. I'll see you soon. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye for now.